I'd worked in the city for about 10 years. And over those years, I'd gone from enjoying the glamour of the lifestyle, the prestige of a city career, to feeling quite tired, emotionally drained, burnt out basically. Days felt a little bit Sisyphean in nature. And what I mean by that is the Greek mythology of Sisyphus, whose punishment it was to roll a boulder up a hill and let it roll back down again. Roll a boulder up a hill, let it roll back down again. So the days felt very samey. I spent a lot of time looking in the bottom right-hand corner of my PC at the clock, wishing days away, weeks away, months away, and basically burnt out. I'd been performing at a high level for too long and gone from loving a job to really quite resenting it and feeling stuck in life. Things came to a head. I can tell you exactly when, actually. It was Friday, the 23rd of March, 2012, at about 1:45 in the afternoon. And I'm walking down Gracechurch Street on the way to Monument, the north side of London Bridge, to meet a client. The client's called Gustav. And I'm expecting a significant piece of business to be verbally agreed in this meeting. So whilst I am feeling burnt out and despondent, I'm also feeling a little bit hopeful that I'm going to get this deal and it may transform my fortunes. So I walk into the meeting, I take off my long woolen coat, I take a little sip from my vending machine coffee in that brown squidgy cup and sit down. I face Gustav, I smile at him, he smiles at me, we exchange a few pleasantries, and then he hits me with it, that this deal I'm expecting isn't going to happen. Now that was a pivotal point for me, a huge turning point in my career and in life itself, because what I did next was cross over the bridge, shrink wrap myself onto the Thameslink train, get off at the other side and literally look at myself long and hard in the mirror. And I spent the weekend thinking about what I was going to do next. So Sunday night comes around, I've made my decision, I text in my resignation. It was accepted a little too quickly, I think, on Monday morning. By Friday, I've handed back my BlackBerry, my pass, my laptop, and I've literally got nothing to go to and no savings. That's it. It's the end of the city career, and I'm kind of looking at what I'm going to do next. So I've made a number of health changes at this point. One of them is I've signed up for a vegetable delivery service called Local Greens. So they get vegetables from spray-free on organic farms, bring you what's good to come out of the ground, and it's literally caked in earth. And I pick this one vegetable out of the bag and I brush off all the earth and I have no idea what it is. And that's really symbolic of the changes I started to make, because I learned what this vegetable was, how to cook with it. So started making a lot of dietary changes, which made a huge difference to my energy. I started to learn about sleep. What I learned in a month about sleep from books and podcasts was more than I'd ever known about it. And I just started to increase the amount of sleep I was getting, an extra quarter of an hour a night, extra half hour, till I was getting the 7 to 8 hours that I needed. I started to meditate just for 5 minutes a day. I gave up my car and got a bicycle, started to learn about other elements of health, like digestive health, for example, and how the delicate balance of microbes in your gut makes such a difference to physical and mental health. I worked on my fitness. One of the things I did as well, so I've always had a reasonable level of fitness, but it was kind of negated by the lifestyle that I was leading at the time. And one of the things I did is went to a boxing gym called Miguel's in Loughborough Junction, and I started to train as a boxer. In fact, I had a white collar boxing match at one point. And I was observing the athletes that are in the gym. And some of them are training twice a day, 6 days a week, but the vast majority of them aren't burning out. And I thought, well, why is it that they can go and really smash out these sessions, but yet they don't burn out? They can maintain the level of performance they need to when they need to. And that's really the critical thing. I noticed that they had cadence in the way that they trained. So they would get ready for their big events. They would double down on aspects of training that helped them to perform when they needed to, but crucially, they'd then recover, and they'd get little slithers of recovery throughout their training as well. So they'd have this cadence in the way that they did things every hour, every day, and in training blocks. And that's what got me thinking about the Agile Business Athlete methodology. And that's how I ultimately recovered from burnout as well. It's about prioritizing these little slithers of recovery in your day that mean that you can keep going and get done what you need to get done.